So this is our weekly and daily cycle analysis for crude. Now, as I said in the opener, this is probably one of the more important charts here because it is setting up what is actually a fairly positive pattern on the intermediate term. And let me highlight why. So you can see right here, we are looking at this low that formed right there as it looked back at that key weekly low as a just test of the low. There was no breakdown. You can see that we didn't have any close below that low right there, and rather we just looked down at the low and then held. And what is this shape right here on this minor third cycle right there? That's a higher low base that's forming. This is a basing cycle. So this is really quite positive in CL, and it says into this low, which is due 814 to 10.9, the highest odds right now, given that we are entering into the final third or so of this cycle, is that we would form a basing cycle and then set up likely meaningfully higher prices here in CL. So this is really very important to watch closely here and certainly indicating that we are entering into a bottoming period here on a longer term time frame. If we go ahead and shift over to the daily chart, look at these translations. We've been emphasizing the translation on these minor cycles for weeks because it's very important to understand what that short-term condition is and what is the shape of this cycle. This is what we had highlighted last week. This is a bullish swamp cycle. When you see that, it says highest odds are once you form the low, you would move through at the very least the prior swing high, which was right there. So we were right here. We said that there was likely had already formed the low, and we would hold the low, and we would then turn up through those old highs and look at that 78.6. That's exactly what happened here in CL. So at this point, what's happening? We're still in a rising phase. What is the translation of this next minor cycle? So far, it is forming a positive cycle. We have not looked back at these old lows around 73, 75, and are rather still pushing up and making new highs. So what is our next level up? We always have to think level to level. Our next level up is right around 8180. Okay, so we have to see if we can get up there here in CL and overall focus on the shape of this cycle. If it is a positive cycle and we use up more of this cycle rallying, it'll leave a short window of time for a pullback and then favor still a move back to the upside. Now, in terms of our fibs, this is drawn from that key minor low to the recent highs. You can see it's 74.98 to 71.93. So those are levels here on the upside and downside. And then we have our next minor low here in CL that's due around mid-August. So that is a look at the CL market.